The question of the century is a question that I get asked all the time. So today I want to do a video to answer these questions for some of you that have been asking for so long. And the question is, how do I afford designer brands? How do I afford my first designer handbag? How do I afford my first designer pair of shoes? So I'll be answering your questions today of how you can afford your very first pair of a designer handbag or a designer pair. Hey YouTube friends, how is everybody doing? Welcome to my channel again. If you're new here, my name is Ivy EKONG and I do videos relating to fashion, relating to lifestyle, relating to travel, beauty, just everything. And I also have a segment where I do talk. So we talk about women, some of the things that are affecting us in the society, women empowerment, and stuff like that, just stuff to do with women and our everyday life. So you can subscribe if you want to see more of me. If you love my videos, let me know, leave me a comment and subscribe. I try to shoot as often as I can, and I also try to answer some of the questions that you guys have left me over the past months, both here and on my social media account. So you can follow me either on Instagram, Ivy EKONG, or my social media including TikTok is Ivy EKONG. Now let's get into this video. So a lot of people have been asking me, how do you afford to buy your first designer handbag or pair of shoes? And it's pretty simple. Now, let's assume that you have removed your money for upkeep, and then let's assume that you have set aside money to save, which is for your savings. I wouldn't advise you go and splurge on designer items when you don't have a savings or when you don't even have money to pay your bills. So I'm assuming that you're asking that question because you've done all the necessary things, all the needful when it comes to having money to pay your bills, having money to saving some money, putting some money away for rainy days, and and stuff like that. So after you've done all that, what do you have left? And what do you usually do with what you have left? So for some people, they just go and they buy makeup stuff. People, I think we as women, we like different things. Some people can splurge, like spend £1,000 on makeup products in a day. Some people can buy, spend 1,000, £2,000 on beauty products, facials, pampering and stuff like that in a day. For some people, it's clothes. They like clothes, like they have so many clothes, most of the time a lot of clothes that they do not even need. So they have clothes all over the place, a lot of them with tags, some of them they don't even wear, and they just keep piling it up because that is what they like to do. Yeah, for other people, it's going on holiday, it's just doing things that you like to do. And you would see that you'll find out that it's not as if you don't actually have money to buy a designer bag or a designer pair of shoe. It's just that you're putting that money into something else that you like doing. So let's take for an example. You've sorted out your expenses for the month, you sorted out your savings and everything, and then you have for example, let's say £500 left, or even £200 left, to say, okay, so what you would usually do is maybe just go to the high street and get yourself some makeup, some lipstick, some lip gloss or stuff if that's what you usually do when you have some money left. I would say I would advise to save that money. Save that £200. Don't buy lipstick. I'm sure you have so much of it that you don't even know which to wear, and that a lot of it that you hardly even wear. So save that £200. The next month save another £200. The next month after that save another £200, depending on the type of bag or pair of shoes that you're looking to buy. If you want to start with Christian Louboutin for a pair of shoes, Christian Louboutins starts from £425, I think, now. So if you can actually save £425 in 2 months rather than spend £425 to buy makeup, or to go splurge on clothing that you don't need. So I always say, if you know me and my motto, I always say, your accessories makes your outfit. I can wear a $10 outfit and I'll carry a 5,000 pounds handbag, or 10,000 pounds Hermes, Chanel, whatever, and my pair of heels as well, and that's it. That makes your outfit. Then your jewelries and every other thing. But clothing, splurging on clothes that you don't need constantly, you're tying your money there. So that's one. So the things you used to do, sit down and evaluate the things you used to do when you have money. No matter how little the money is, even though it's £50, don't do that thing. Keep it, save it, and just say, okay, I'm saving this money for a designer handbag, or I'm saving this money for a pair of shoes, a designer pair of shoes. Don't have a lot of money saved, you can start from pre-owned. This, for example, this is a Dior bag. This is a Dior bag. This is a classic Dior. It's more expensive than this. This is a vintage Dior. These ones you won't get to buy anymore in stores because it's vintage, but you can go to online pre-owned websites where they sell like very affordable and authentic online authentic pre-owned items. I actually got this from Vestiaire sometime, I think two years ago or so, and this is a Dior bag and it costs less than £500. So there are so many versions of these and variations of this on Vestiaire, and they have some that are smaller. I think this is actually the smallest size, but they do have a bigger size as well. And sometimes you see some selling for £250. Sometimes you see some selling for £300, £400, depending on the condition of the item. If it's grade A, B, C, and so on. So these, you can start with this. So when you dress up and you hold this, people see you're wearing a Dior handbag. That's a Christian Dior bag. So you can start with things like that. Or Michael Kors. Michael Kors are very affordable. They are an affordable designer luxury brands. So if you don't have a lot of money to splurge on Chanel, on Dior, on Hermes, you can gradually start by picking up affordable ones like this. This is a Michael Kors handbag, as you can see. So you can start with that, or you can do the Tory Burch. So that's the Tory Burch handbag. So these are affordable handbag below £500. Or you can even do this little Jacquemus bag. These are really on trend these days. I know they're really small and they may not fit into much, and as a first designer handbag, I would suggest you buy something a little bit on the medium size, medium to large size, so that you can wear it often, and it will fit into your stuff. This is small. There's really nothing that fits into this apart from my key and maybe a lipstick or so. Just using it as an example of, you know, some of the things you can buy that are below 500 pounds, and even some of them you can get for 300, 350, 200, just depending on where you're buying them from. So if yeah, so that's how you can afford your designer handbag and your designer pair of shoes. Start little. Don't save up for the expensive one, because that will take you long. I hear people saving for 2, 3, 4 years. You can actually start by collecting little pieces that are not that expensive, and then gradually build your collection to expensive items, you know, high-end items, and you know, things like that. So definitely, for those that have been asking, I hope I've been able to answer your question. If you would realize that saving in some places, and you know, some of the things you used to do and buy that don't make sense, just saving that money and putting into something that is of good resale value that you can sell later on when you need money, it's much better than, you know, just buying things that you don't need. And also, if you're buying a dress, you're going to the high street and you're buying like 20, 30 pieces of clothes in a go, where are you going to resell them? You know, you can, it's not every brand of clothing that you can resell. You see on eBay, you see a dress for £1.99, and probably that dress costs 50 to 85 pounds. Nobody is going to buy it, because clothing are easy and affordable items that everyone can, you know, afford. So just, yeah, so that's, I'm sure you get my point, definitely. So save from some of the things you do. If it's facials every single week, you know, you can cut down the facials to maybe twice in a month, and or once in a month, and save the money to buy your designer handbag. So most of the time, it's not as if you don't have the money to start. It's just that you're putting the money to start into something else that you think you need at that point in time. So I hope I have been able to answer your questions, and also I hope someone has been able to take something away from here. If you are already a collector, or you're just trying to, you know, build up your closet, yes, you can definitely take 1 or 2 things away from this video. So leave me your comment, let me know what you think. If you have more suggestions, just leave it down below. Other people will read it and it will help them as well. So guys, I'll see you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.